Oftentimes, we go through a bad day and, we really struggle to just kind of get up and do what we need to do. We think that just because this one day is treating you badly, you think your whole life is bad. But the real reality is it's just a bad day. It's not a bad life. And when you put that into your head and you say, okay, maybe I'm having a bad day. Maybe I got a bad test grade. Maybe, I fought with my family, had a little argument with my friend. Maybe you didn't have a good day at school. You didn't see a lot of people. You didn't get to, speak your mind. You got a lot on your mind today, right? And so you go back home and you're just bummed out. You're like, "Oh, I have to do homework. I gotta do this. Maybe I gotta go to the gym. And, I gotta make sure I'm eating right." And so we start to kind of overthink and we kind of make conclusions in our head that, "Oh, my life sucks, and why is this happening, and why does it have to happen now, and this today is just terrible, so my whole life is terrible." No. And I think like that sometimes. We're all normal people. It happens to the best of us. But the most important thing that we need to know is that, doing that will get you nowhere. Having this mindset of just because today's bad, that means tomorrow's going to be bad, or just because yesterday was bad, that means today's going to be bad. No, that's a really bad way to think about it, right? Because when you start off the day and you're already having a bad day in your ideas, right? You're saying, oh, maybe the coffee shop down the street sold out of my favorite drink, or how my train got canceled for my commute, so now I have to be 30 minutes late to my class, right? When you start off the day with these little things and you tell yourself, "Oh, it's a bad day, it's a terrible day just because of this one stupid thing that happened," you're already gonna have a bad day in your mind because, oh, your train got canceled, so now you're like, crap, oh, my day's ruined. Now I have to walk into class 30 minutes late and everyone stares at me because why am I walking in late, right? And so that's why most people just already have a bad day, because they jump to conclusions in their head, and they make it seem like their life is terrible because of this one inconvenience that happened. Now, they get to school, maybe they get a bad test grade. After they arrive at school, they're like, "Oh, another thing." And then they jump to conclusions, "Oh, but, you know, now my life is ruined. My test grade's so bad. What if I don't graduate? What if I don't pass this class?" And then, oh, it's just a spiral of emotions. But the thing that you need to put in your head is that it's okay. Days like these exist for a reason, because it makes you grateful that you get to exist, that you get to feel these emotions. Because when you get that great test grade, when you're above average, when your grade is higher than the class average, when you go to the train station to commute to your class, and you'll get on the train and the train's empty. No one's there to bother you. No stranger's gonna sit next to you, right? It makes you appreciate those times when everything goes your way, when you have those days when everything is just set up for you to be happy. So instead of thinking that just because today's a bad day, I should be sad or whatever, just say, "I'm happy that this is happening because I get to appreciate the days where it gets better, where I get better, where I'm treated better." And so push those negative emotions away and say, "You know what? Maybe the train was delayed. Maybe my train was canceled. Yeah, I got a bad grade. But you know what? The best thing I can do is just get through today, go to sleep, and just wake up tomorrow, hope and pray that I get a better day," right? Because as long as you keep that positive mindset and that hope that tomorrow is going to be a better day, next month is going to be a better month, next year will be your year, then who's going to stop you, right? Because you are going to want to go and get it. You're going to say, "Oh, I want tomorrow to be a good day." And so you say, how can I make sure tomorrow is going to be a good day? So you say, okay, how about, I go to the gym even though today's a bad day. How about I start working on my assignment that's due in a week? So maybe I can do some work today and maybe I won't have to do as much work tomorrow, right? And those little things that you do on this bad day makes tomorrow a great day. It makes the next week a great week. And that's exactly what you need to be doing on these bad days. And so this mindset of, oh, it's I have a bad day, that means my life's bad, turns into today is just a bad day, does not mean that my life's bad. So yeah, and that's the most important thing, is to just get up and work and hustle during those days that you don't want to work, during the days where you think life is turning around you. And that's the difference between the person who just thinks that just because today's a bad day, that means my whole life's terrible. And the other person thinks, oh, today's a bad day, who cares? I'm going to get up either way. I'm going to work, I'm going to go to the gym, and I'm going to get myself right, I'm going to eat right, and then I'm going to wake up tomorrow and do it all over again, because I know that I can make tomorrow a good day. And I'm going to work towards getting better grades. I'm going to work towards getting a better body. I'm going to work towards finishing all my assignments on time. Better grades, better days, maybe even showing up earlier to the train station to maybe catch the earlier train, so I make sure if that one gets canceled, at least the next one won't get canceled, right? And it's that responsibility that you hold when you stop saying that the universe is against me, and that just because I'm born into this place and this lifestyle, that my life is ruined, my life's terrible. And once you start taking responsibility for the bad things that happen around you, you begin to feel like you're in control. And the things that sometimes you felt you weren't able to control, you started to feel like, damn, I can actually change these, right? Because obviously, who's to say that you obviously can't change the fact whether or not your trains for your commute is going to get canceled or not. But you could show up to the train that's before that one, because if that one gets canceled, the one after is obviously not going to get canceled, because they have to show up, right? Just because your class is at 1 p.m. does not mean you have to take the train that's going to make sure that you get the class right at 1 p.m. You could show up to university at 12, 11, wake up a little earlier and then go study at university. And it's those little things that you do when you take responsibility. Everything that you said, why do I have to do this? Why does the train get canceled? It turns into, okay, how am I going to avoid this? How can I take control? Because clearly I can't control whether or not it gets canceled, but I can control when I show up. I can control how I do things and where I do things and when I do things. And when you take those steps, everything goes into place. Mentally, physically, and everything around you just goes into place. And you say, oh, I didn't do that well on this quiz. You might say, oh, I didn't do well, I got a bad grade, and I can't change the grade. The grade's final. Okay, you can't control that. But you know what you can do? You can study harder. You can show up to office hours. You can talk to your teachers. You can say, hey, I'm struggling. I don't get this question. Can you help me? Of course they'll help you. That's their job. And once they realize that you're willing to learn and you're willing to put in those extra hours, they might even help you. They might even tell you the quiz question for next week. They might even tell you to focus on this question exactly, because this question is going to be on the test. So when you put in those extra hours, when you show up on the days that you don't want to show up, everything goes into place. So moral of the story is, guys, it's not a bad life, it's just a bad day, and you're going through it. It's just the motions of life, and you have to keep working, you have to keep showing up. And when things aren't going your way, just think about how you can turn into a situation that you couldn't control into a situation that you can control. And that's it, guys. Just keep working, keep striving, and I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed this one, because I really did. I love doing this. I love telling you guys about these things, and I hope I can grow this channel into something big. It's my dream. So love you guys. Mauiera out.